Monster Train continues as we struggle through the Covenant climb. Level 3 once again. We've got the Awoken today, +1, so let's see what we can see. Ooh, I like Restoration Detonation. We've got the Umbra as our allies. We've got Perils of Production. And we've got Engraft, so yeah, I'd like to get some hollows. Either Thorned or Awoken, I'm easy. Winged Steel. It's really good. So I'm taking it. Now, Spikes or Revenge? Revenge? I've got card draw already. Spikes, I would have liked the one that explodes when you heal things. Let's see, what's Seraph doing? Devouring my spells, so I need to either bring a lot or I need to get some good spells that I remove Consume from. Armor 10. So we've got Spikes 10 on the front line. Then we'll have a Trained Steward behind. It's going to be difficult to get the Forged Disciples down, but we can get them down to below 20, so they only deal 2 damage to the pyre. Let's do it. I want that unit draft. So where to begin? We've got no direct damage for the backliners, unfortunately, so that is going to reduce the amount of damage we do to the fronts. Let's just set up on the ground. Give a bit of damage to the sentient. Let's see. Get some energy next turn. We could get some energy now actually, but then we'd just be making a Shade Splitter. Do we make a shit? Yeah, let's do it. We get the Rage as well, so we get a bit more damage off, and then a Shade Splitter for the Trained Steward on the second floor. Now then, what have we got there? That's the one I wanted, one with damage, so I can pop them up top. Oh, and there we go, we've got another Steward anyway. You get eaten at the end of turn, so that's just a free 2 Ember. I'm really liking that Peril spell now that I'm used to it. So let's see how much life you're on at the top there. 29, that's not good enough. 8, so what, 13 more? Nice. So now you're taking 10 damage after you've been healed. Yep, that's good. 10 damage just from healing 2. That's really strong. I love it. And let's keep the regen going. Now if we get the kill on the ground floor, that's that. So we don't even have to worry about that Forged Disciple, and we do get the kill on the ground floor. But just to be certain. Yeah, I don't even need to play any more spells, do I? Just faffing around. Lovely. So we took 2 damage and we got a unit. That is well worth the cost. Now, Steel Enhancer's not gold yet, which is odd because I like it, but... What is the plan? I like Vine Grasp, I've got no direct damage. And it's free. Could be a consumed target in the final fight. Do we need more morsels? Because if we don't need more morsels, we're not using a lot of the Umbra's cards. We're probably going to have at least one floor with a morsel unit. So let's take... I mean, if I took pack morsels and took consume off it, then that'll save me some issues in the final fight. There's a Thorned Hollow. 2 floors, I think. 2 floors, loads of spikes. I did say I want a Thorned Hollow, I can't go back on it now. Now I need some backliners. Oh, good grief. Hollows aplenty. And I don't know. Excuse me. I don't know if I need another hollow. Because that would be 3 frontliners. And I've not got any big heals yet in the deck. And I don't want to spread my resources too thin. But if I get Adaptive Mutation, that Woken Hollow then becomes the best backliner in the world. I'll take him as a speculative pick. But I do intend to use this one as a big meaty tank. Do I reroll? What might I want? No, I don't think I will for now. I think we'll save the cash. Spikes 3. We've got spikes of our own. We're not that worried about spikes. We haven't got any of those high damage, low HP units hanging around yet, really. Might lose a few morsels here and there. That's not the end of the world. Do we set up high again? Can it hurt? Let's see. Oops, I played that on the wrong floor. Morsel on the top line, I think, because we're not worried too much about his health, because... Oh, they're both 3-sized, aren't they? What a goober. Ah, well. Guess we're going with 3 tanks this time. Now, let's put that up there, and then get some more energy. But yeah, we've got no room for morsels now. Yeah, I forgot the hollows were 3-sized. That was an oopsie. And yeah, we're packed out, so we just don't need the consume morsels in this fight. Healing is what we need, because we can do big damage with those restoration detonations in the right place. Let's spread out the regen. Now, we don't want to gain 2 and then give ourselves Ember Drain. So we'll save a bit of HP on the hollow, and we'll call it there. So we're taking a bit of damage on the top floor. Let's get some more spikes on the go. And 50 damage on the boss, just like that. And let's see what we got. We've got a shield. We don't really need morsels anywhere. Now we can play this on the bottom line because just can't hurt at this stage. And let's get some extra energy for next turn, because why not? So yeah, we're going to need a lot more healing or an adaptive mutation to make the hollows work in tandem. But those restoration detonations are the business. I love them. So what do we need? We need healing. Glimmer's good. Space Prism could be useful. Gives us options with regards to where we're placing things. And more room for morsels. No, we need magic shops. We haven't got one here. Do we still need backliners? Yeah, we want to replace the train stewards at some point. Do we have anything worth duplicating yet? Not really. So is the artifact more useful than the unit? Perhaps. Could have been a spikes artifact. Days, that's not good if we're putting a spiky boy on the top floor, because we don't want dazed units, we want them to hit us. At the start of your turn, add a sting spell to your hand. That can negate completely Seraph's issues, but it could cause us problems in the fights up to Seraph, as we've got no way to consume them. But we'll take it. See how we go. Consumable cards from Awoken. That's possibly Pyre Shards. Let's see, is there any easy way to check which cards this might be? Can we search for Consume? We can. And we can search for, let's see, was it Remnant? Stygian? So it's possibly Hallowed Drippings, which isn't very useful, or Sacred Wicks. Crystalline Seas, Urchin Spines for spell weakness. Not really blowing up the enemies with big spells, so I think it's got to be Awoken. I'll take that. I'll take that all day long. And that's all we're getting from this one, that's fine. So Dades has got double exploding bombs. What should we do about this? Well, I've got Vine Grasps here and there to start. So should we try and set up on these top 2 floors only? Yes, I think so. And we can also make room for more morsels up there, I guess. That will see you grow stronger. That'll help too. But yeah, the deck is going to fill up with stings over the course of these fights. It's going to be interesting. Now, there's a Vine Grasp, that's lovely. Suddenly he's not taking very much damage at all. And we could give him Lifesteal. Although that might be... yeah, that's not beneficial on the top line at all, really. Yeah, it gets the extra damage as well, so the Lifesteal will be even more effective. I can live with that. Top floor bomb. There's a Glimmer. May as well. Now we've got Stings being less useful, but I suppose it's drawing me cards every turn. I forgot that it now draws cards as well. So Thorn Fruit is better than it used to be, I would say. Nice. Could have played a Shade Splitter first, then played Perils of Production. Still don't really want to Ember Drain my own lads, other than morsels. I've got to remember to look at my whole hand before I start making decisions. Although that seems like a no-brainer, and that gets me energy back, so that's fine. We're going to draw another card in a second or two because of Winged Steel. Now, where do we want this healing to go? There, I think. Get back some Ember. Play out Trained Stewards that I don't care for. And it doesn't really matter where you play the Rubble Morsel, unless you're getting Gorge bonuses. Now the deck fills up with Stings. But I mean, I'll get back those draws next turn. Oh, you're bypassing me, are you? Cheeky scamps. Ah, that only had 10 health. Oh well. And I did all that in the wrong order, but it doesn't matter. They're all dying. And there's yeah, let's pop in there. Give him rage. It's like 4 extra damage, 7 extra damage in total to the boss. Probably won't make a difference. Who can say though? Who can say? Now, Sting and Vine Grasp just cuz. Still got a way to go on your healing. We'll give you some more regen as well. Again, I could have played a Shade Splitter, making the same mistake that I just talked about. Never mind. Dealing a respectable amount of damage on this floor. I like it. Right, so Stings definitely can get played first, because that's fine. And then, yeah, we'll just play out everything. So, 390 now. And the boss is dead. Lovely. Who needs top floors? There's adaptive mutation. Seek and ye shall find. Now, don't think we need much else. What are we putting behind that Thorned Hollow? Just morsels at the moment. Is that better or worse for us than a Shattered Shell? Because his sweep's less useful because we've got spikes. Could put an Overgorger on the ground floor because we got them early. And it does give us somewhere to just dump morsels. They are a frontline unit because otherwise they're not gorging. +2 permanently, so what's that, 10? Yeah, let's risk it all for a biscuit. Do we need extra draw? Do we need extra capacity? Probably not, because all our morsels are now going on the ground floor. Do we need extra ember? Drawing a bunch of cards with stings, but extra ember might be nice for a change. Let's see how we do. Now, we don't want to add more spikes. Do we want a magic shop? I think we want a magic shop. Removing 2 train stewards is always welcome. So, what have you got for me, Umbri? Nothing that I'm going to be needing. Morsel Master? No. We're making our own morsels, making plenty of them. That gives us more morsels as well. Although, consume removal on Wildwood Sap seems strong given as we've got a couple of hollows. Well, one that's really going to need it, 'cause the adaptive mutation guy on the top floor won't need it anymore. Let's see what else we see. Holdover. Holdover on restoration detonation. It's pretty strong. If I can get +10 on that in another magic shop, even stronger. Seems good to me. Now, we don't really need that anymore because all our healing's going on the Thorned Hollow. Stick with spikes for now. Armor 15, 150 coins. Now we want a unit, Merchant of Steel actually, so we can start buffing up that Hollow. Because he's pretty strong, but multi-strike he'd be stronger. And this guy could use more health in general. So, Awakened Hollow sits in the back. Yeah, it gives you more armor, but it draws me more cards, and that's crucial. Bit of life steal. It's probably going to be too little too late to save that guy. Oh yeah, capacity's limited, isn't it? Ah, I should have. Wow, no, if I played it on the upper floor, would have been a bit worthless anyway. Okay. That's a 76 damage unit. Lovely. No morsels in this hand. Yet. But we've got more cards. So now it's worth keeping this guy alive. So we'll play that. So the life gain from lifesteal doesn't count as healing to give you spikes. That's good to know. They're both dead, that's good. And do you want regen? Yeah, I think you do. Extra capacity on the ground, I think, because that's where we would be putting more morsels if we had the bloody things. So, are you worth healing again? Got just enough health lost to get full damage from that, but is it worth healing you when we don't know whether or not we've got any morsels coming? We haven't got any morsels this hand, that sucks. But I'll heal you anyway. It's good damage to the clip reflector, which is a notable pain in the bum to get rid of. And yeah, we'll chump block with you, why not? Again, shouldn't have played that last Perils, just because it's given him more armour. Ah well. That at least is a good move. You're already dead, good. Do I need to worry about healing you a little bit? Can't hurt, I guess. More regen, good. No, we've got no perils. So, where do we spend our last... I mean, I do want more morsels on this lad, just because... Yeah, just because it's a permanent gain, so it's worthwhile. So he dies... Yeah, he's just dead. He did well. Although he blocks... Yeah, actually he is going to get a chance to eat something, because the damage shield prevents the 12. So he does get one more shot of redemption. Now, what do we play on other floors? Do we prevent the 6 damage there? More spikes for you. Stings! Let's draw some cards. So he's gone up by 22 damage in this one fight. That's pretty strong. 373. Regen might help. Yep. Regen's pretty strong. That helps even more. And back and forth we go. Lovely. None of these are the big heals I want. The focus growths and the awake. Although restoring retreat could move down a thorned hollow behind a thingamajig hollow behind the thorned hollow. Does it need to though? And snare's another spell to get around the consume, but we've got the stings for that, so we don't need it just for that. Could be nice though, we've got big boys that can soak up damage, so it might be necessary to just slow someone down. I'll take it. If we could get that rooted on the top floor thing, that would be grand. Engine upgrade. We don't need the second floor to have a great deal of space, do we? But we might get a... Is it too late to get a back line for the second floor? It might be. Wretch just gives me mortals everywhere. That's pretty good. Ember Cache though gives me a bunch more cards, which again will help the consume issue. Maybe. It's just a good card. I like it. So, Merchant of Steel would be nice. What might we get from the Merchant of Magic? Cost reduction's less valuable than usual, but magic power is still strong. But trinkets though. There's a lot of spike ones that would be very nice for us. Jack strips is just too strong. I've got to take it. Train stewards can go before I do anything else just because they've got to go. X cost +3. None of these are spikes artifacts. None of those are either. How queer. Don't think I need any of that nonsense. Merchant of Steel would be nice. Artifact chance over there. I'll save the money. Might make me less tempted to take a trial that I shouldn't. Non-boss enemy units gain +6. Those Clip Guardians are a pain, because are they the ones... No, not the Guardians. Those ones, the Sycophants. Although I might be able to sting them down, but not in the first wave or two. And I still haven't got those big heals I want. I'll play it safe, for once. And there's adaptive mutation before we got the Thorned Hollow, potentially. That's not great. So let's play 3 spells just to see what I draw. Yeah, it's not great. Ah well. Thorned Hollow sits there still. And yeah, you lot can die. Right, there's my Gorger. Taking a lot of damage this turn. So we'll give him a damage shield. There's my Awoken Hollow. That does need to be played. Could use more health in general. Yeah. Oh, bollocks. Yeah, I don't think there's out I can do here. I muffed that, didn't I? Ah, well, the bottom line's dead. Bloody Sycophants, I always forget. Bollocks. Okay, let's carry on. Now, do you want regen just to keep your spikes going? Yeah. You may as well get a heal. We're going to draw back through the deck nice and fast. And lovely. So Jack Strips just boosted you to 6 damage, that's fine. Let's just keep stacking that regen on you and give you more space. Do I want to root you maybe? Loads of Ember, didn't really need that, but the card draw is what I was looking for. And yeah, we'll just build you up a bit. Let's see. There's adaptive mutation. Lovely. Boop. Right, top line should be secure for now. Let's work on this guy for a bit just to get one of them out. Fill it with rage. And play that just to play it. And we'll keep up those levels of regen as well. Now then. Bit of damage on you. Get that out of here. Let's ensnare the guard, because then he'll get killed when the boss moves up without him. And then we'll just play all the things. So now, 662 already. That's good going. Get rid of all our 0 costs. And a bit more regen, and the boss is dead. Thorned Hollow. It's on the floor by itself, aside from a handful of morsels that aren't giving it that many effects. And yet it's just being amazing. So Bramble Lash would deal, what? 200 damage on the top floor? It's probably a strong card to take. Yeah, I think it might be. Although now we're looking at the Merchant of Steel. Let's see if we can get multi-strike. Large stone's no good. Health isn't bad because that then translates to extra damage once we use adaptive mutation on that guy. The Awoken Hollow, but there's multi-strike 1. Are we going past any more Merchants of Steel on our travels? We've got one in the next area. What might we duplicate in this deck? Is there still anything worth duplicating? Maybe that consume removed regen. I'm just wondering if I hold out for another chance at multi-strike on the next floor. Go left. Because if I go left on the next floor, the Pyre Health might be useful after Fell. Coins are always useful. Let's see what's going on in the caverns before we make up our mind. Is it too late for Petty Theft? Is Petty Theft even needed? Probably not. Let's go for the artifact. I do like the Pyre Health boost. Mostly because I make loads of mistakes, as you've noticed probably. So let's think about this. So he's got 15. Goes up to 75, so it'll be a 75 times 2. I can make him 100 times 2 by giving him a buttstone. Or I could hold out for multi-strike, and even if I don't get multi-strike, I could probably still pick up a buttstone on the next floor. Let's try that. Multi-strike and rage, we can probably live with that. So, Thorned Hollows showed up. Always welcome. No sign of anything else, though. Nah, that wasn't really necessary. Because, yeah, that guy was going to die anyway to jack strips. Oh well. So now the fun begins on this floor. How much we got? 6, 12, 16, 24. So there's no real way to get Overgorger going. Maybe I should be putting Overgorger on the top floor as a guard and bringing these two down a floor each. Sentient on the bottom floor, maybe? Thorned Hollow in the middle? Because if I play him, he's just going to die. $10, $18, he's still just going to die. There's adaptive mutation at least. 76 by 2 is very nice. Six by 2 and then 15. Yeah, we'll just have to leave the Overgorger. I think he's probably supposed to be a top floor unit. We'll try that next fight. There's Bramble Lash, 200 damage. Where's it worth playing it? On that floor it's 80 damage, that's still pretty sizable. But you're dying anyway. Yeah. Space Prism. So ground floor's not necessary at the moment. Yeah, let's make room for a morsel or two on the top floor just in case they might be required. There's my Wildwood Sap. Lovely. And here come the cards. One of you can stay there, I think. And we even get a morsel. Marvellous. That bottom floor's crowded now, though. Whoops. Is it worth bringing one of you to the front or to the back? Does it matter? Nothing I do to you really matters because you're just going to die on the top floor. But you need healing a touch. And then we play the old morsel. Then we may as well play Overgorger simply because, yeah, it's free to play at that stage. Oh god, that floor is full of rage now. It's still in 29. That's pretty good. So, what extra cards do we have? Stings. Now, do we want to root one of you again? Perhaps. And yeah, you're actually going to get swept, aren't you? Never mind. All the rage. Good grief. Oh my god, he's actually killing my backliner in one hit. Oh, that is just unacceptable. No, he's not. So you need healing. And you need killing. And you may as well get more healing. So we're looking alright, I think, going into the final stages. Let's see. Play out all these stings just to get some cards drawn. All those stings plus winged steel is just amazing. Do we want to root you? Probably not. But we do want the card draw next turn. And then, is regen more useful right now? But that's got holdover. Yeah. So, 500 damage you say? That's pretty strong. $520 damage you say? There's going to be a pattern emerging here, although I'll just take care of that. I've got one more heal. 54 spikes, 540 damage on the Bramble Lash. And then we'll give you some rage as well. Suddenly the boss is dead. Who'd have thunk it? Maybe I should just drop the Overgorger. It's a good card, but I mean this deck's not really showing any signs of needing it. Then are we just going to put all our morsels on the second floor? We'll take the draw, because I'm now just thinking cycle through to regen as often as possible, and maybe we'll get rid of the Overgorger. Oh yeah, we're going to go this way, and we're going to look for another multi-strike. Large stone is not good enough. And we didn't get the buttstone either. Merchant Steel on there. But we'd rather go that way and duplicate a regen maybe. So this is probably our last Merchant of Steel. So we will settle for +5, +10. It's a bit of a boost, it's alright. I mean, an Overgorger with Endless might have been nice, but it's still a very expensive card to have that. Let's see. You don't really need out, but again, we're not going to another shop, so nice try, Overgorger, but you're not for this deck, I'm afraid. Lots of gold left. Do we purge any more cards at this point? Yeah, I'm not sure we should be when we've got Seraph the Diligent coming up, but we've done it now. So, we're not really healing you that often still, and we've got a Bramble Lash in the deck. Spike's 40. Although, as we saw in the last fight, that's still less good than the Thorn Hollow can get up to. Spell Shield 2, 400 coins. That'd be nice going into the Merchant of Trinkets, given us I haven't seen any of the Spikes artifacts yet. We've got a lot of stings, but we're not really using them for their damage dealing capabilities, so I think we should be fine. Sweep and just sweep. Oh no, Ember Drain, yep. What a pain. So, usual sort of setup, I think. And we'll put you on... I think you'd just like all the morsels, wouldn't you? There you go. And that'll all work out nicely. Bit of regen, bit of healing, bit more healing. Loads of card draw. 8 cards next turn, very nice. And there's our Hollow Friend. Bit of the old detonation. Ah, I should have stung first. Would have done a lot more damage. Probably not the end of the world. So, morsel and then perils. Actually remembering to do things in the right order for once. That's 100 damage, just there. 120 damage, just like that. And you... you can stay there. I mean, you're dead from jackstrips if you ever make it to the top floor anyway, but still. Sting, burn out the cheap spells, get rid of those spell shields before we actually strike. Nice. And there's Bramble Lash again. Excellent, we're cycling through this deck pretty damn quick. Oh, I nearly forgot to play Adaptive Mutation, what a derp. And you can stay on the ground floor, because I don't care for you big shield guys. Lovely, let's keep those spikes going up. So now what have we got up here? Loads of cards, that's what we've got up here. More regen. Nothing's even thought about bothering the top floor yet, which is nice. I mean, you're going to die sweet though, aren't you? Ah well. Drawing 10 cards, lovely. That's the entire deck. So you're just dead. You guys are less dead. Might not have been the most amazing idea to root people without any real strategy behind it. But there's a good reason to root you, because at least now you'll just die horribly, which is nice. You can prevent some damage. Oh no, you can't, because you just moved to the front because of spell shield, which I keep forgetting about. Ah well. So what's made it to the top now? 120, that's not great. We'll move you to the front. Where's my stings? Where are all my stings? Well, we'll play that. Get my morsel. Get my ember. Nice. There's a sting. Oh, I don't need it because we've already burned off your spell shield. Even better. Even better. Bye. And we'll just play that for the card draw then. And we'll play that to make sure it holds over for next turn. Ember Drain, oh no. Right, sting, 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 sting. And no peril. Yeah, we've got perils. So we'll play the morsels. And the perils. And some heals. Ah, the bloody guard made it up with him. Still doing 1066 though, good grief. So, yeah, let's move you to the front. In case we get Bramble Lash, there it is. We'll root the back guy anyway, just in case. But yeah, we got the kill. This run's going smoothly so far. But I've had runs go super smooth before, right up until Seraph the Diligent. Then they stop working instantly. So let's not get too excited just yet. We will take a second Bramble Lash though, because that's frankly ludicrous. And we'll move on. Although I could have duplicated this, it's not that ludicrous. What would I remove? I mean, I was assuming there'll be something worth removing if I go this way. Space Prism's not terribly useful anymore, but then again, I'm not even sure what I might want to remove. Let's get in... I mean, ensnares are good. They're all good consume targets. I might actually turn down removal. Let's see what the shops have got to offer. Spells gain an extra upgrade slot, you say? Well, I've not even used any of my upgrade slots on a lot of the buggers. Making Bramble Lash cheaper seems like a bright idea, and I did want Glimmer to be upgraded, but I also want Restoration Detonation to be upgraded. Another cheap Bramble. Nice. And then Glimmer or the other Restoration. That's quicker healing, but that's AoE damage. That could be useful in the last fight, because I assume this Seraph is going to be a pain in the butt and just spawn things everywhere. Bramble Lash with holdover. So that'd be 2 of my Ember and 2 of my card draws tied up already. But it's so strong. And then do I give one of the holdover cards? Yeah, I can afford to give one of them a dupe. Just because they're all going to be consuming anyway. Although that regen, that's had its consume removed, so it can never be consumed. So if I give that a dupe... Yeah, that was the plan, wasn't it? Get it together. Don't really need extra upgrade slots. Can I even get any more upgrades, or have I just bought them all? Yeah, I've bought them all, I've re-rolled. So that is now not part of the equation. Swapping units could be nice with all the stings I've got. But is it nice enough to take when I could re-roll and get something amazing? That's pretty strong in this fight. Do I need to gain 7, or am I better off with the extra damage on the pyre thanks to Heaven's Gold? I like their suggestion there that Heaven's Gold is just lobbing coins at the winged head. Just to show him who's in charge. Alright, let's do it, Seraph. Let's see if your diligence is any match for my big meaty hollows. Yeah, consume. So I've got to remember that every time I play a card it will consume. First card of each turn. If I forget that, that's the kind of thing that just messes up the run. You've already got consume. Right, problem solved for the first round. Now, let's pack in some morsels. Play 2 of them on that floor, so I've got room for the Thorned Hollow in front of them. But now we can Perils of Production that one, get back some Ember. And lovely. Oh, I could have put that on the back line of that regen. Don't think it was terribly impactful one way or the other though, really. You're dead, but do I want damage? Oh yes, I nearly forgot. Things have got consume. Well, you've already got consume. So get out of here, you bum. This card draw is being punished a bit by those Vengeful Shards, but we can live with that, I think. 400 damage to Seraph this early. That seems fun. And that's the AoE damage I was looking for. Nice. So top line's now beastly. That's good. If I can keep catching Seraph with those bramble lashes, then they might not make it to the end. Let's see. Why have you got consume? I gave you consume removal. Bloody thing. Well, let's get rid of the Shade Splitter because they're less useful than most things. 100 damage, very nice. And we'll ping the backliner just because it takes out a chunk of your damage there. We'll take a bit of pyre damage, I think, from that because we'll purge out the one that we're more worried about. Sounds like a bunch of stuff just died. Oh, 100. That's not great yet, but we're getting there. Oh, of course, consuming kills things as well. I forgot that. I keep forgetting things. Nice. Now, burn you out and get rid of them. 120 damage now. It's got holdover, so I really should be playing it. I don't like the idea of two of them coming up at once, if I can avoid it. Although let's see if that just makes things worse down the line. Sting and Bramble Lash. Big meaty damage. Love it. Now we've got 3 of them. Jesus. It's getting out of hand. So, more regen for you is always nice because it just keeps those spikes ticking up. Again, we'll let the Vengeful Shard go through. Now Bramble Lash is probably nice. 220 damage. That's already enough to take out one of you guys. Oh, it's consumed though, hasn't it? What a div. This is why we put stings in the deck. You've got holdover, so I really should play you. Yeah, that all works out. Okay. I guess. Yeah, it's all working out alright. There we go, let's get rid of some of these stings. Bramble Lash 300 damage now, very nice. I knew I was going to end up consuming a holdover card at some point because I just automatically play the holdover cards because I'm like, well, I'm definitely going to need it. Get rid of some of those chumps. Now, let's have a think. Final wave. Restoration Detonation that useful anymore? Not really. Could get rid. But then again, there we go, we've got no more 3 health things to worry about. Loads more regen, good grief. And yep. Give you some rage, get back some ember. Actually play some of these shards. How you doing for health up there? Reasonable. Not even sure you're going to be needed, especially if I get some decent Bramble Lash and this sound, which I didn't. Still doing 540 on this floor alone, that's pretty strong. And with the regen, yes, Covenant 3 is in the process of being defeated. Took us a few attempts, took us one of my favourite clans, but we appear to be getting the job done. Come on, a little more, little more. Boom, spikes. Gotta love spikes against those multi-hit bosses. Finally we can move on to 4. We've actually got a plan with this series of putting it on hiatus once we get to Covenant 5. Gonna sit back for a bit, let Rob do some single player stuff on the channel instead, and then maybe come back when I get to about Covenant 20, should I ever get that far. I mean, we've now got to deal with minor bosses with increased damage, so it's possible. Love Adaptive Mutation. There's just so many interesting things you can do with it. So it's possible we might not come back after Covenant 5. But yeah, it'd be nice to let you guys in on the end of my journey if I make it that far. I mean, you've stuck with me this long. So, that's another run done. 515 cards drawn is a record. A couple of things have gone ping. And thank you very much for watching. We will see you soon.